Hey guys and girls, I wanted to take this opportunity to give you a bit of information, some information that I wish I'd known years ago when I was suffering massive amounts of back pain and destroying my awesome holidays that I'd saved for and things like that. But information is an interesting thing, so a quick little detail about the body. So the body has a hierarchy system really, so it looks after one thing before it looks after another. So for example, the body can survive without a leg, but it finds it a lot harder to survive without a liver. So what it does is it prioritizes that liver over the leg as such. Very simple idea of that. But for example, here's how it kind of works in the body. If you've got a bruise and you push on that bruise, it doesn't feel good. It's slightly painful. So the body goes, please don't push on that bruise because it hurts. Okay, so a lot of problems stem from this information because of what's happening in our sort of the centre, the factory of the body, where all the organs are, but also where all our stability comes from. So you might find that you're having a hip injury, a knee injury, and an ankle injury all down the same leg, or you're always rolling your ankles or hurting your knees. And where that stability comes from is actually from the core. And if our core is strong and its coordination is right and everything's firing correctly, a lot of these issues tend to disappear and our strength and performances skyrocket. But to give you an example of how information works around here, so remember back to that bruise idea. So if one of my organs is feeling inflamed, it's not going to enjoy something jamming it, or something touching it, or something compressing around it. So imagine trying to do an exercise where pretty much everything that involves stability, walking, running, any kind of fun activity, and your core's trying to turn on, but because the organ is taking that information and you're pushing on it, it kind of stops wanting that, and so the core starts going, oh well, the body goes, I can't switch that on because it's hurting one of my main functions, you know, my kidney, my liver, or whatever other organs happening, got the information. So that's how that works. So if you're suffering back pain, or you're struggling with sort of weight around the stomach, or you can't quite lose those extra pounds, one of the things you need to look at is the information in your body. And one of the best ways to become an authority on your own health, it's very important. I don't need to tell you, a doctor doesn't need to tell you, somebody else doesn't need to tell you. You need to become an authority on your own health and what foods and when to eat and those things work best for you. And what I've done is, there's a little questionnaire I've just attached to this video. It's actually from Paul Chek. He's a bit of a don when it comes to holistic health and things like that. But it'll start to give you an idea on what foods might work best for you. And then from there you can start to test and try and see what keeps you in what's called the power zone, okay, where you feel absolutely optimum. But I wanted to give you a quick little tip on things that you can start right now along with doing the survey, is water. Water is absolutely key. We know it's essential. We know that it makes up 70 to 75% of our body. But what is key about it is that the quality is also really essential. So we won't go into details of what's in the water, but we know there's a whole lot of chemicals, sometimes heavy metals and whatnot. So I highly recommend a filter. You can get simple filters. I got mine from Bunnings Warehouse. It filters out metals and chlorine and things like that, and I just attach it to my tap. So it's home installation, and I'm not the biggest handyman in the world, so that was quite essential. But also one of the things that I found out is my acidity in my stomach was a little low, so I put a little Himalayan unprocessed salt in my water. And to give you an idea of how much water you need to drink, all you need to do, take your weight in kilos, so I'm about 75, 78 kilos, times it by 0.033. So I'm around 2.5 litres of water a day. That doesn't include the water you should be drinking when you're training. Okay, so if you're doing any extra exercise or games or anything like that, you need to consume extra water on top of that. But you are going to feel a remarkable change if you just increase your water to the water level that you should be. Maybe sprinkle a little bit of salt in there, start with it in the morning, and then every time you feel a bit hungry as well, just check. Maybe I should have some water first. I don't recommend drinking water before you eat, so up to 20 minutes before and 20 minutes after. Let your stomach do its thing with all the digestion, but I can highly recommend increasing your water intake. And yes, you will go to the loo more often, especially at the start when your body's not used to it. But as it gets used to it, your energy levels will increase, your inflammation will go down, you'll be amazed. I hope it's a good piece of information for you. I hope you use it, and good luck with your journey into health. Awesome. See you later.